With Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
Yeah, Gina and Brian want to know where I brought in pub cheese.
Pub cheese.
I went to Trader Joe's on Sunday. I got a bunch of junk for Mother's Day, and I was just looking for Vinny-approved kind of stuff. And one of the things I bought was something called pub cheese, and it's cheddar with horseradish, and it's whipped. And I got to tell you...
Can I see it?
Yeah,
I've never heard of pub cheese in my life.
It's like
I'll tell you what,
cheese spread.
Max Pat, just get a little spoon or toothpick or something. Everyone demolished it. I tried to hide it from my family because I tasted it before they showed up. I was like, this is good. Should have put it in like the toilet tank, put a brick on it or something.
Right.
Feel like someone would have found it anyway. But the reason I brought it in is if everyone is trying to stay with the kind of Vinny diet, and you just eat enough cheese and meat and cheese and cheese and meat, and you want something that feels like a little processed.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like something
a
that
little
feels
bad.
like something a little bad. This stuff is that, and it's just cheddar and like milk culture and like horseradish, and it's good. Like, what's in it, Brian? I'll show you.
Cultured, pasteurized milk and cream, cheddar cheese, prepared horseradish, skim milk, salt. No, we're down to sugar, gums, and stuff for stabilizers.
Yeah. It's essentially
really good.
Should be Vinny approved. It's pretty good. If
Did
you
you
want
dip it?
If you want some cheese on cheese crime,
The
you
horseradish makes it sing.
You get like the cheese crisp,
Yes, the
like the
farm
Parmesan crisp, and you put a little this on it, and it's good. The horseradish is good. So.
Dip like some roast turkey, like the salami in there.
Yeah.
Good ideas, because when I see that, I just think of like pretzel rods. So this is a great alternative.
Again, the cheese is great, the meat is great, everything's great, but every once in a while you want one of those things that feels like it's on a no-fly list, and it's a little processed, it's a little whippy and whatever, and that's it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know this is the news, sorry, Gina, but I am actually doing the keto diet. I'm like fully in on the keto. No sugar at all.
All right.
So I'm down for the pub cheese.
Yeah, try it out.
I will.
All right, here we go.
Well, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange just received some good news. And some bad news. The good news is that Sweden may be able to block his extradition to the U.S., where the government wants him.
Pam Anderson wants to blow you. Bad news. It's 2019.
Wants him to stand trial for the leaking of sensitive documents. The bad news is the country has reopened the rape case against him, and prosecutors want him extradited to Sweden instead of the U.S. The alleged sexual assault occurred in 2009, but the case was dropped 2 years ago because Assange was hiding out at the Ecuadorian embassy in London, and he maintained his innocence. Assange was thrown out of the Ecuadorian embassy last month and later sentenced to 50 weeks in jail for skipping bail connected to the Swedish rape charge. It's now unclear where he's going to be extradited first.
Since we've completely redefined rape and sexual assault to mean everything now, I now have no idea what people are being charged with. Right. Like, if you would have got hold of me at any other period in my life and went, he's being charged with rape, you're like, oh my God. Now I have no idea what the charge is. I don't know what the accusation is.
Do you know the story?
It can be your common law wife now. Like, I don't know. Like, rape meant stranger, park, jogging, night, either rag. Now I don't know what it means anymore. What did he do, or what are the official particulars?
Because I don't know, maybe I'm being naive, but I still feel like, sexual assault, net is wide open. Who knows? Rape is rape.
Yeah.
So
is it a rape gone right or a rape gone wrong?
It's clearly a rape gone wrong, Brian, if he's getting charged.
That's true. Yeah, that's right.
I don't have to explain everything. I don't have this kind of time.
That's never the end goal of a rape.
Do we still have a rape culture on college campuses, or will we move them out to the parking lot?
Well, it's Garcetti. He did the commencement speech, after all.
When you belong to rape and rape belongs to you and the world belongs to rape, then you're free to rape.
Oh,
and
Mr.
the
Mayor,
world is there to rape you.
I don't want to tell you to do your job, Mr. Mayor, but you're going to cut this part out of your speech.
USC.
This is going to go viral, and not in a good way.
Super rape delicious.
Don't say that.
And once you become part of rape, and then rape becomes part of you, and then you become... If somebody says they're not good enough to be raped, you hold their hand and you pull them into a rape room.
Congratulations, graduates.
I hope the girl that passed that note to the band wasn't at that commencement speech.
God.
Yeah.
She hands it to Garcetti.
All right, so Max Pat will try to figure it out, but I don't... See, there is, and I don't know also if it's like sexual assault, if people just say rape or they mean rape, or there's a big difference now in the eyes of the law. Like, is rape and sexual assault the same crime?
And this is Sweden.
And
so
this
it could
is
be defined
Sweden.
a different way.
Yeah, so he was visiting Sweden, and he was, according to police documents, Arden set up a meeting with a girl named Chelsea Manning.
Chelsea Manning.
Isn't she famous?
Yeah. Snowden?
Oh, sorry, it was leaked by then. Sorry, I'm reading this in real time. Leaked by then Army private and whistleblower Chelsea Manning. He was at an apartment, and there was a girl. He was stroking her leg, removed her clothes, broke her necklace in the process. She tried to put her clothes back on, but he took them off again, and he tried to have unprotected sex with her.
That's right.
She asked him to use a condom.
Oh.
He agreed, but she said he had, quote, done something, end quote, to the condom so that it ripped before he ejaculated.
Really?
You went full Hulk?
Wow.
Yeah,
Did he
Assange
know
told
this
police
person?
that he had sex with Arden, but did not tear the condom, according to The Guardian.
How do you prep
Do you do that to like the Hulk effect? Like, oh, must not fit.
These Magnum
These things
XL
always,
is too small.
Don't
Again.
make my hog angry. You wouldn't like it
when it's angry.
Stupid.
Her name's Anna Arden.
What's that?
Her name is Anna Arden.
Does he know her? Anyway, you can look more into it. It's an interesting thing. Like, he took her clothes off, she put them back on, he took them off again. How does that work? What's going on?
What do you mean? How does that work?
I just mean, like, it seems weird that a guy, let's just say he was raping her. He took her clothes off. Then she put her clothes back on. Then he took them off again. What is that? How does that work? Why? At what point do you not, when you put your clothes on, do you not leave or you not call the cops or like what's, how does all this work? She said, I want to have sex. He said no. And then she said, okay, wear a condom. Like, or you're going to rape me, wear a condom. I just want to know what the version of this was. Anyway.
That was actually a really famous case. God, how long ago? Remember when that was all over the news of this woman was about to be raped by a home intruder and there was no way around it and she begged him to put on a condom. And then the whole crux of the trial was she raped if she consented to say, put on a condom?
That was sweater on a Twinkie defense. See, that to me, that if I'm in the jurors booth or box or jurors box, that makes it's total sense to me. Like, you're a rapist, you're raping this person. Now the person doesn't want to get a venereal disease or whatever.
Pregnant
so if you're going to do it, put a condom on. He gets whatever he gets.
Yeah.
You broke into someone's house.
Totally agree.
This is maybe different. I'm curious what it is. And then how did Chelsea...
No, sorry. It was while he was doing stuff with Chelsea Manning, but he stayed at Arden's apartment when he was in Sweden, so he took refuge there. And supposedly there's another woman that said that he tried to penetrate her while she was sleeping.
Class act.
No.
Her name hasn't been released, but we call her Miss W.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Well, a couple of deaths that are sad, but made me think of Brian because I would imagine a lot of people didn't know that they had still been with us up until recently.
Except for me.
Except for Brian. Peggy Lipton, best known for the Mod Squad and Twin Peaks. She's died from cancer. She was 72. Her daughters, actress Rashida Jones and designer Kadada Jones, said in a statement that she made her journey peacefully with her daughters and nieces by her side. Lipton, who won a Best Actress Golden Globe in 1971 for the Mod Squad, I think we have a picture of that, was also a model, singer, ex-wife of producer Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones was kind of the black John Derek, which is, he had a type. And so did John Derek, Bo Derek's. And again, in the Mount Rushmore of douchebags, John Derek would be in that. He was like photographer guy, lived in Malibu, always had the long hair and the beard.
He's like Bogdanovich level.
Yeah. Would trade, but Bogdanovich had some artistic ability.
Indeed.
John Derek had no artistic ability. He'd make shitty movies and would trade on the sexuality of like Bo Derek. Like, you want Bo Derek to get naked in your movie? Let me direct. I'll get my wife to get naked and ride on that horse if I can direct. Like, he was horrible, but he would just go from piping. I mean, Bo Derek, when she met John Derek, was like 14 or 15. Like, it was perfect Sonny Bono. Who's less talented creatively, Sonny Bono or John Derek? Oh, the world. We have to ask Mr. Al. The fucking world will never know. The fucking wild hacks. Okay.
Yeah.
Whether it's Ice Cube, Vanilla Ice. Mm-hmm. By the way, like Vanilla Ice, I don't know, it's fine, but we have Vanilla Ice Cream. Like my rap name of mayonnaise. That's hot, that's with a Z and the man and the white and all that stuff.
You're
But Vanilla Ice looking like Vanilla Ice and then turning into Fred Durst later on, or Sonny Bono. Sonny Bono was a comic book beatnik character from the 60s. Like, he was literally out of central casting as a late 60s hippie beatnik, and then later on became the Republican mayor of Palm Springs and was a central casting Republican mayor. Who is that? That guy is just whatever. Yeah. Whatever shall be. Is he into this? No, he's not into this. People are into it, so he's going to be a fucking soulless chameleon. Or is he this? Which is it? If the answer is, I'm everything, what do you want?
Yeah.
I think there's a skill in that, in being able to be what the world thinks of as the hippie singer, and then be what the world thinks of as the Republican mayor. I don't know what John Derek offers to the world. Like, Sonny Bono has a skill in shape shifting.
Yeah, I guess so. But the skill is, how do I remove money from people who think I'm into something that I'm not into? I don't think he smoked pot or did drugs or was against the Vietnam War back then, and I don't know what he was doing on the right with Palm Springs later on in life, but either way, he'll be missed. John Derek will not be missed, and Quincy Jones had a nice long line of smoking hot young blondes that he would constantly trade up for the next one, and she was just that. And there's kind of a thing. I didn't even know Rashida Jones was half black my whole life. I just thought she was a darker-skinned, olive-skinned actress lady. I didn't know her ethnicity
she played
at all.
Someone with an Italian last name in The Office.
Oh, really?
Karen, was it?
Oh, that's right.
She looks, or something like that.
Looks kind of Italian to me. But anyway, Peggy Lipton. She'll be missed.
So one more of these that you thought, oh, well, she was still alive. Good for her. Doris Day, the big band singer who became one of the top movie stars in the 1950s, 60s. She died at the age of 97.
Wow.
The Cincinnati native made ballads like Sentimental Journey, Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered, and, of course, Que Sera Sera, famous. She starred in Pillow Talk. This is kind of interesting. She starred in a lot of musicals, a lot of romantic comedies like Pillow Talk, but apparently she turned down the role that went to Anne Bancroft in The Graduate because she was a deeply Christian Scientist, and that just didn't jive with her views. She was a longtime animal rights advocate whose personal foundation raised millions for that cause, and she died at 97.
I wonder, Peggy Lipton or Doris Day, they're both aesthetically beautiful. What if they didn't make it past a 5 or 6?
Meaning what?
With their talents
career?
Them through?
Peggy Lipton, we'd not know.
Right.
Because Quincy Jones wouldn't have won a banger, and she wouldn't be a model, and she wouldn't be on the Mod Squad in 1969 at 21 when you didn't really have to act. Just like look good, put on a leather coat and run. Hold your badge out. I don't think we would know her.
Yeah. Doris Day was a singer.
Doris Day could sing and do all that, but I don't know that there'd be all the opportunities.
She'd be a storied hoofer in the chorus, and only experts would know her name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And gay people.
Exactly. Experts.
Oh, that's what you meant.
So Lady Gaga loves her fans, but she has very little patience or tolerance for anybody else. That's the message Gaga delivered to a weirdly uninterested audience at a tech conference in Orlando last week. Britain's Daily Mail reports that Gaga was annoyed that the attendees were sort of milling around during her set and chatting with each other, not really paying attention. So she stopped between songs to talk about it. Here's a clip.
Hold on a second. Can we make a rule? This is a corporate gig. This is Lady Gaga in a corporate gig like this. I don't think she's showing up for anything under $250,000. That's the low end. The low end is $250. The high end is $1 million bucks, 1-2 or whatever. Like, I do know something about what some of these people get paid or offered or whatever, and the very bottom of the base is $250,000 for the night's work.
She's doing you a favor in that case.
When let's just say she's getting $500,000 for this, and again, that's a bargain. In this particular setting where you get $500,000 and it's a pure corporate gig and a one-night money grab, just suck it up and do the fucking set. Like, we don't need to coach up any of the drunken attendees, right?
Yeah.
We just fucking push forward on this one.
In a way, you might not hear it this way. It seemed maybe a little tongue-in-cheek, but you're right. She could just push through.
Well, maybe it was tongue-in-cheeky.
Let's see.
I'll listen.
It's just dawned on me. So, I was hired to play this show tonight. Woo! So, none of you bought any fucking tickets to see our show. Except for you. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. One exception. Everyone else. Some of you may like our show and like my music.
I'm going to give this speech at Brea this weekend.
Thousands of you in here that loathe me and are here because you have to be. And you can fuck off.
Now let's get back into Poker Face.
It's a bit tongue-in-cheek.
That's fine. There was a great, Max Pata, there's a great Madonna one when she was like Rio de Janeiro.
With the smoking?
Yeah, I love that one. She's like doing a rehearsal and it's raining and she's like yelling at a guy who's smoking in an outdoor soccer stadium. She's awesome. Okay, that's fine. I like Lady Gaga. It is a little weird that she does like that Met Gala stuff and strips down to her underpants and like gets in the prone position on the stairs and then takes a bunch of pictures and then gets into another outfit. Like,
that's Lady Gaga.
I know, but
it's a brand.
Just I don't know. Like, you're talented. You're really talented and you're a really good artist. And I don't know how old you are now, but at a certain point, you don't have to get in your underpants and do that. Like, you just go play. You're good.
Early 30s.
You could do that. All right. Well,
33.
see if we find Madonna. Hold on a second. First, I'll give you a second, Max Pat. It's I guess a very windy day and a rainy, windy outdoor sound check that Madonna's doing because in Chile. And the umbrella's become an Audi and sort of prolapsed itself. But anyway, here's Madonna. Sorry. She's doing a sound check.
If you're going to smoke cigarettes, I'm not doing the show.
Poor people just got out of a mine shaft and now this.
She just said, you don't care about me and I don't care about you.
Are we going to play that game?
It's an outdoor venue. It seems to be raining and even a little windy. Anyway, she's just lecturing everybody on smoking.
Yeah. That's a cranky old diva.
Yeah. All right. Not Lady Gaga.
Get that drop. Well, so there's been a lot of announcements as far as shows that are returning and canceled. Some bad news for one, some amazing news that I don't remember the last time we saw this. For another, Fox announced Monday that the upcoming 6th season of Empire will be its last. The network says we're turning the final season into a television event. One of the great benefits of announcing a final season is the fans have the finale they desire. Empire was just recently picked up for a 6th season, but execs said Jussie Smollett will likely not be back following the scandal involving his alleged attack in Chicago. Fox Entertainment CEO Charlie Collier says there are no plans to bring his character back, but adds, quote, the writers' room for next season haven't even gathered yet. but that will be the final season. Meanwhile, great news for people who like to cry. This Is Us, sticking around for a while. They didn't get picked up for another season. They got picked up for another 3 seasons.
Really?
Yeah. So confident NBC is in the continued popularity of that show that it's going, signing them for 3 more seasons right off the bat. Very rare to see that, but NBC knows it's a big winner. Now, since its debut in the fall of 2016, This Is Us has received 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards, 3 AFI Awards, as well as Sterling K. Brown, who's plays one of the brothers on the show. He's gotten an Emmy, a Golden Globe, a SAG Award for his performance as Randall Pearson. They are betting on This Is Us.
Is the show, so the show just feels super woke to me, so I've always assumed that that's why it's getting the accolades, but it has to be good as well.
I watched the first season and a half because it's not really my thing, but I wanted to know what all the fuss was about, and I enjoyed it. It's good. It's very it's kind of like a soap opera. It has those those long drawn out arcs, and they're very emotional. And it's not something I can get on board with forever. But the characters are nicely developed, and people love it.
So I can't figure out how Empire works. Like the Jussie Smollett thing. Didn't that just get you
more press?
Tons and tons and tons of press, and it's negative, but then you get rid of Jussie Smollett, then what? Like, why?
Must have been an expensive show.
I guess so.
And they're using him as an excuse?
I kind of feel like they are, right? I mean, like, if they're just, ratings are good and you're moving along, then you keep going. Also, shows, there's some algorithm now where I believe there used to be something in it to stay around as long as you could stay around. Now there's like you do 3 seasons and you churn and burn. Like you get X amount of episodes and then you could syndicate or whatever and you go to the next thing.
Well, and the thing used to always be 6 seasons in a movie. And then Greg Fitzsimmons told us now for Netflix, the binge-worthy perfect amount is 3 seasons.
Yeah, like you take these shows, like these stand-up shows I like I'm Dying Up Here or Crashing. It's like we do 3 seasons and we move on. Yep. And like, do you have to move on?
It's
like in
broken.
The past, I feel like you would have hung out, but now it's like right on to the next thing.
Also, this is like some research, Chris, maybe not much, but like the Jussie thing's been going on for a while, the Jussie Smollett thing. Was Empire on at the time, and did that have an appreciable impact on the ratings? If not, then maybe, the network was like, well, it's not going to help us. This whole thing is for naught.
It was on. I don't know if it was. I don't think they were in hiatus.
That's what I mean. Were there new episodes
I don't know
on
if
the
they're
air.
physically going. All right, let's do one more.
All right. Well, on Friday, Britney Spears told a judge she's effectively joined the Free Britney movement that her fans have for. She asked, but did not receive more freedom with her decade-long conservatorship. Judge Brenda Penny ordered an evaluation of Britney's mental state. That's called a 730 evaluation. It's most commonly used for divorce cases to assess a child's well-being while they're in the care of one of their parents. The independent expert assessment is scheduled to be completed by September. Britney won't gain that freedom that she wants from this conservatorship anytime soon.
How old is she?
God, what is she? I don't know, 36? That's my guess.
Be curious. So she's spearheading the Brexit movement.
Brexit.
Yeah. 37. And she, by the way, when she was institutionalized, that was by her father against her will.
Listen, I've talked to Dr. Drew about this, and it sort of ties into the crazy homeless population and stuff. That father's conservatorship, super important. Like, he should have it. She's nuts. She's going to hurt herself. The dad cares, and the dad does want what's best for her. This is according to Dr. Drew, and that the fact that he has that is a good thing. She needs it.
Yeah, but now apparently he's very, very ill. So everyone's kind of freaking out, and the mom wants to take over, and it's kind of a mess. So we'll see.
It could go no other way. Like, right, you see her on the cover of Rolling Stone in 2000, and you go, she's going to be here, and then she's going to be here. And could it go any other way?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's super surprised.
It just doesn't.
I think we have our answer to the Jussie Smollett to Empire thing, or the Empire ending, because Chris texted me that ratings actually went down during all the Jussie stuff.
Ratings dropped on Empire consistently, regardless of Smollett. That's what.
Yeah, even his last episode of Empire, it tied a series low.
So yeah, if you're the network and you're looking at that, you're like, This should have been our biggest boom, and in fact,
the lightning rod didn't save us.
This is Megyn Kelly syndrome. This is the black version of Megyn Kelly, which is
exit.
We paid her $1 kajillion to come over to our network and get the ratings up. It's been a year. It hasn't. She talked about blackface on Halloween. Pardon the coincidence. And seems like a good time to cut her loose.
Yeah.
If she's doing gangbuster ratings, we'll look the other way.
Right.
We'll do slap her on the hand. We'll suspend her for 3 days during Memorial Weekend when nobody cares, and then she'll be back.
Right.
But her ratings are bad, so this seems like a nice opportunity to cut her loose. And I feel like that's probably what Fox is doing.
Makes sense.
All right, they're black sitting.
Well done.
Brit sitting black sit.
Yeah, man. The exit is your new Watergate.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's your new gate.
On
I'll take
steroids.
it. I'll take it. Oh, how dare you?
Anything's better than gate. All right, let's bring it home.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news. Sigh.
Gina. That was the news with Gina Grad.